Hey, this is a video email. Really happy to be here. It's Lisa. And in this video, I am going to be talking about what the Menstrual Cycle Mastery Program is, what to expect. And yeah, just chat a little bit more about it here on video so that you can get a better sense of it. I had a wonderful conversation with a woman who's interested in signing up for the program this morning on a consult call, and she asked me to explain who I am and the work and the course. So I thought I'd do that here for you guys as well. So I'm Lisa. I work as a women's health coach specializing in the menstrual cycle, chronic pain and trauma, and I work from a mind-body perspective. So I'm not a doctor. I don't prescribe things, and I'm also not going to give you a list of things that you need to do or don't do or give you herbs or anything like that. The way that I work is I work with the mind-body connection. And it's kind of a little bit like therapy and education together, and then coaching as well in all of that. So uh, in the Menstrual Cycle Mastery Program, it is a 12-week program in a small group of women who are exploring learning about the menstrual cycle. So people who come to this work, they're there because they suffer in some way with their cycle. Maybe they have period pain or endometriosis or PMDD or PMS, or maybe they're going through perimenopausal symptoms and they're suffering every month in some kind of way, or maybe there's challenges in their life that are linked to the menstrual cycle, or challenges in relationships that are linked to the menstrual cycle, or burnout, or feeling like you're not being your full self, or you don't have access to your creativity and you feel like there's a cyclical element to it. And then other people come into my work because they're curious and they want to learn more, and they are wanting to have a stronger relationship with their menstrual cycle. And they're just there because they want to learn and they want to connect to it. And then other people who come to my work are there because they have maybe other chronic pain symptoms and they want to work in this way that I teach. So in the Menstrual Cycle Mastery Program, it is a 12-week group program. This time round, we are meeting on Tuesdays from 4 till 6 p.m. GMT. So that's London, Dublin time. The calls are recorded, and in the calls, it's a 2-hour call with a short break halfway through. I teach for an hour, so I have lectures and I'm teaching content. So we're learning about the nervous system, we're learning about hormones, we're learning about the menstrual cycle, we're learning about pain science, we're learning about the role of our thoughts in our experience. We're covering a lot of different topics that are relevant to this work. And then in the second half, we're discussing it, answering questions, exploring our own relationship with this. I also bring in exercises and group activities and discussion points and prompts and things like that. So there'll be a mix of like journaling, meditation, conversations with each other. So it's very much a facilitated space. And my goal for you is that in this work, we're going on a journey from A to B. So your A is maybe you're burnt out, or maybe you're suffering, or maybe you dread your menstrual cycle, or maybe you have fear of chronic pain and you're worried about it all the time. And then your B is going to be a different experience with your menstrual cycle, a new relationship with your menstrual cycle. And while I don't prescribe results or I don't guarantee results, the results that my clients usually get are things like more peace with their cycle and more trust in themselves with what to do when they struggle. Maybe they have more clarity, and that usually then results in less pain and fewer symptoms of suffering. And I work from a scientific point of view. So I am working with the nervous system, I'm working with neuroscience, the mind-body connection, and our brain chemistry. And the reason I do that is because when we learn how to embody more what's called the ventral energy, so the rest and digest response in our nervous system, our body has more of a chance to heal itself. And it is less likely that our brain is going to be sending out pain signals when we're no longer in the fight flight response. A big pattern in this work, and that I've experienced and that I see everywhere, is that people try to heal themselves from a I need to fix myself mindset, from a panic fear based mindset, from a let's do all the things mindset, let's work really hard at fixing myself way of being in our nervous system. And while that's perfectly understandable, if you're suffering, you're trying to get away from suffering, and so you do everything you can in your power to heal and fix yourself. That energy, that fight flight energy, is actually part of the problem, and it's very hard to break out of that, especially by ourselves, without support, without a group, without a coach. It's hard. It's very hard to do it. It can take a long time, and I speak for myself with that. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to move away from only just knowing stuff and intellectualizing it and reading it. That is very important, that we understand things, but we're moving into an embodied relationship with this work and really living this work and putting trust and peace and patience and serenity at the core of our journey here. Okay, so yeah, so that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a mixture of learning. We're going to be learning a lot, and then we're also going to be practicing and noticing and being in a process as well in this work. And it's a small group of women. It's probably not going to be more than 10, which is lovely because it'll mean you'll have lots of time with me, lots of space to ask questions and to be in discussion together. We meet on Zoom. The calls are recorded for anyone who can't make any of the calls, or if you want to catch up on them. And there will be also an online space with extra content and a reading list that you can look at and see if there's a book or two that you'd like to read on the journey together. And yeah, so my goal for you is to move from that fear-based way of being in relationship with our pain to a more trusting, calm relationship with pain and having a totally different experience with pain. So many of my clients heal themselves through this work. I myself have completely healed my period pain through this work. When I took that deeper mind body approach, I was that person who was trying all the medication. Then I tried all the holistic tools. Then I did surgery twice for endometriosis. And I literally had nothing left to try. And I was, really just, I had completely lost faith and lost trust and belief that I could heal. But then when I did find that missing piece of the mind body connection with the menstrual cycle, and changed the way that I related and changed the way that I thought, and I had to let go of a lot of fear and urgency, and that was really hard to do. I had to work through a lot of feelings and blocks that were in my way. But I did, and I want to give this work to you to create a space where you can do this work as well, within the time frame that we're going to do it. And I'll be your support, your guide, and also your coach. So I'm there to encourage you. I'm there to motivate you, and I'm also there to ask the hard questions. And sometimes we need to be challenged, but it is a very supportive, nourishing space. And yeah, I'm excited to have you in the group. So if you have any questions at all, you can send me an email. You can reply to me, or we can hop on a call if you want to have a quick chat. And I look forward to meeting you there.